Here we are.
We're back.
We're back.
Those pesky holidays got in the way.
Dang holidays.
I sent you a better link. All right, when you get on, say hi, or we will forever be offended. It might cost me my eternity if you don't say hi.
That's wild. Very, very wild.
Just kidding.
Very, very wild.
Okay, we're working. We're on. We got a good one tonight. I'm excited. Should help some people. This couch, by the way, goes so far back.
I know. It's so comfy.
I have to use proper posture when sitting here.
I'm up straight.
I'm up straight.
Oh, would you do a book?
You got some junk to talk?
I mean, my goodness.
Whatever. Let's party. We're here for you. See, I'm so far back now. It's like I'm lost in this couch. Apparently people didn't like what I posted today earlier on Facebook.
They'll be all right.
Apparently it wasn't very nice. But I thought it was awesome. That's why I posted it. But we're here and we're excited you're here. And we're going to jump in. Tonight we're talking about your friends because we need to have an adult talk about who you spend your time with.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's important. And here's the reality. Most people, they're friends with the people that they work with, they're friends with the people they go to school with, they're friends with the people they're on a team with. And really, you didn't choose that friend. It just it's how it happened.
Right.
And it's pretty crazy when you live your life just hanging out with the people you work with and not actually choosing your friendships. And that's what we want to talk about tonight is being intentional about your friendships, because ultimately, your friendships shape your future. Who you spend your time with matters a lot. And a lot of people are not, they're not consistent with that. They're not intentional with that. Mm-hmm. And it could be dragging you down. And we don't want that for you because we care about your life.
What's that
we
phrase?
Get there.
It's like,
we get there. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, that one?
No.
Oh.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
It's true.
You know?
It's true. Look, scripture is really clear about this. Is that bad company corrupts good character. And what you'll find most of the time is it's not like Golden Gun, 007. It's not normally an instant kill shot. Normally what it is like a slow decay.
Yeah, it's like erosion.
Yeah, it's a slow erosion.
Over time.
Slow choke, slow decay. And because ultimately, if you know someone is a terrible person, you're not going to spend time with them.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Paul wasn't even addressing that. He wasn't saying the obvious evil, nasty, mean, out to get you type people. I mean, he was just talking really about beware of unhealthy behavior. Beware of these unhealthy patterns
influence.
Or the influence that they might have on you. It doesn't mean that you'll instantly be pulled into rebellion and you're going to become this horrible, bad person. No, it just might mean that you're going to be stuck in immaturity.
Yeah.
Where there's things you need to overcome or you need to address depending on who you surround yourself with. Yeah. They might just be people who are not going to help you handle situations with maturity, with good character, based on what, how you should live your life.
Yeah. Bad company doesn't mean they're bad people all the time. Sometimes they're just bad for you.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't like we're not here to try to demonize any one person. But most people just don't, they're not intentional about who they spend time with.
Yeah.
And that is like you're not gonna go to another level in your life if you think the same, do the same, talk the same, and are the same as what you've always done. You're just not gonna ever get to another place in your life. And
Mhm.
again, that doesn't mean the other person is bad. It just means they
Right.
might be bad for you. And
Right.
here's the reality: you might find out, like, actually, I'm bad for somebody else.
Well,
Like,
no, but like, let's actually do this, right? I think with any time we do this and we're talking about the word, first, this should always be a mirror to us first, right? Obviously, the Bible is warning us and telling us, like, you should pay attention to who's around you. But ultimately, this also applies to us, you and I,
yeah, it's true.
as individuals. Am I the person in my circle that is corrupting good morals? Am I the person that is,
Yeah. Keeping
causing,
immaturity.
keeping and being immature about
Silly
things
decisions.
and
all of it.
encouraging wrong thinking? And, am I the one? So when we talk about these things, it's always going to be easier to see it from when we're looking at other people.
Oh, dude,
But
yeah.
I
It's
want
way
to
more
encourage you
comfortable
tonight,
that.
like if you expect good friendship and to have good healthy relationships, you and I are first responsible to make sure on our end we're doing our part of this.
100% true. 100% true. And that's where, like, to jump down is like Proverbs 27:17 is, as iron sharpens
Mhm.
iron, so one person sharpens another person.
Yeah.
Here's the simple truth in that is like, you also must be sharp if you want people to sharpen you. Like,
Yeah.
what are you bringing to the table here in this friendship? And if
Mhm.
you're going to demand high expectations out of other people, you should hold them of yourself. Like,
Yeah, my
are
goodness.
you making people in your life better, and are they
Mhm.
making you better? And that doesn't always mean like rainbows and candy. Sometimes that's
No.
tough conversations. Like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you acting like that? Why are you saying things like that? Why are you going there? What
Yeah,
are you
that
doing?
response was crazy. Is everything okay? Like, that's not normally how we would act. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
You got to think of it though. Like, this scripture is literally talking about iron. Iron is not soft and
Yeah, it's not a
frilly.
pretty process.
And then when you rub it against other iron, it causes friction. It can be hard. It can be a little bit painful. There's pressure. So if we're really going to take this scripture and actually apply it to our life, to have genuine,
It's true.
real, loving, godly friendships, relationships, you have to be willing to allow people who love you be honest with you.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
You have to be able to be honest with them. And if you're surrounded by people who cannot be honest with you because you get really mad and you fly off the handle and you get offended and how dare you like try to call me out like that or hold me accountable, then something is off.
It shows a lack of wisdom. Proverbs talks about it multiple times, like correcting a foolish person.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to tell because they reject correction.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thing is like, there's times probably in all of our lives where we rejected correction. Well, the Bible actually says we were foolish. Like someone loved you enough to try to help you.
Yeah.
And you rejected the help. And it's important to realize, like, bro, like none of us are above somebody telling you like, yo, this was wrong and this was out of order. And you like take a genuine reflection, like, all right, you know what? Obviously, like you get mad in your heart at first, right? Like always.
Sure, no correction or like it's uncomfortable, right? Why? Because it hurts our pride.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts our pride because sometimes we maybe took care of a situation and you know what? We feel justified in it because they were wrong, and how we're wrong is how our tone was and how crass we were with them.
Well, that's how she's always yelling at me.
And
it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
But it's true. Like, I really think that most of the time for people, sure, there are some very mean things that some people can say, but I would say most of the time, I don't think it's necessarily what's said. It's the tone and how we deliver it. And, if we can't have people tell us and check us like, dang, that was a little crazy, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
let's, you're right. And being humble, like showing genuine humility. The Bible talks about humility. Oh my gosh, so much. Like it is
Quite
up there.
the important topic.
It is up there. It is so important to the Lord.
It's true.
That and this is a way we show our genuine, not false humility. Oh, well, I'm just always trying to, stick up for people. And, we have like these excuses as to why we don't want accountability or don't allow people to correct us. And genuine humility is saying, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have said that like that, or I shouldn't have handled the situation like that. Or you know what? I didn't show up for you when you've shown up for me. Like, it's not always necessarily about what we say, but sometimes it's just a lack of like what we do.
Yeah.
There are people who go above and beyond. Are you someone who, when you're able to, can you go above and beyond? Are you willing to make certain sacrifices for the people that you care about? So we really have to take this into extreme consideration, is that this is a two-way thing. Yeah. And am I surrounded by people that I can say these things to? Or are they always coming at me and I got to feel like I got to walk on eggshells?
You don't just want yes men in your life.
No.
No. You should have some people in your corner who will ask you this question. And write this question real quick in the comments. It'll help. Ready? The question is simple: is what are you doing? I'm telling you, that is one of my favorite confrontational questions. It's really simple because it makes people sit back and like, what do you mean? And then like really take account for their actions or their words. It's just like, what are you doing right now? Like, why are you acting like this?
Yeah. You
don't have to jump down someone's throat to bring correction. You can ask just a simple question.
Right.
And I think that is a profound, like little tool for you to put in your back pocket and write in the comments, what are you doing? Just what's actually happening right now. 1 Kings 1:6, it said, and David's sons did these things because he never asked, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And his sons were wild. And there was just no accountability. There's no conversation. There wasn't ever maturity inside of this. And I think one of the scriptures I love is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15. It says, and always sharing the truth in love. And it continues, and it's really about how we share the gospel. But I think that should be how we talk as a whole. Is like, how do we communicate? We communicate the truth in love. Because if you only ever give truth, you're going to get resistance. People aren't going to want to be around you. Like, man, they're a real jerk.
And then I think a lot of times with those types of people, or if you're that person, you now then kind of become like a nitpicky person, to where you're always feeling like you have to correct.
Oh, I got to make everybody better. I'm sharpening
I have to
iron.
yell at my kids about this all the time because they like police each other. It's like if they breathe wrong or in the wrong direction, it's like, we're not here to police or govern other people's lives. We're here to be accountability. We're here to be love. We're here to be support, encouragement, to walk with things, walk with people through hard moments. Like, it truly can become that when you're only well, listen, I'm just that person who says it like it is. And if you don't like it, well, no, I don't like it because your delivery is wrong. And therefore I cannot receive it. They cannot receive it. And now you just look rude. You just look like, now really you've become the person who no one can talk to because you're just right about everything. You have to always express your opinion. You can't actually receive truth for yourself. Like really paying attention to that Ephesians 4 in a serious way.
Yeah. And then the other side of it is sharing love. Like all truth.
Yeah. And that's those
no love, there's resistance. All love and no truth, there's never maturity.
Yeah.
And I find, and it's easy, any of us can fall into this trap, that it's easiest to fill your life with people who only show you love, but never truth. Because it feels good.
It does feel good. It's easier.
It's just agreeable people. Yep. It's people that'll support you, even if you're doing the dumbest thing you've ever done in your life.
Yeah.
You don't want to fill your life with people like that. And you'll actually find like some of the most successful people in successful companies, they intentionally don't fill their boards with yes people.
Yeah.
They don't fill their life with yes people.
Mm-hmm.
They want people who care enough to challenge the status quo. Because ultimately, if someone's in your life and they're only pacifying your current level of emotions, then they're not thinking about what your future is going to hold. It's like if they always just pacify, like, well, that makes you happy, so do that. But it's really dumb.
Yeah. Or
Well,
just,
they don't love you enough to tell you, like, no, you need to stop because this is
Mhm.
going to hurt you in the future. And again, you got to be mature enough to hear that as well. That like, no, this is a bad choice. You know, if someone's gonna, if someone is gonna jump out of a plane without a parachute, you're not gonna be like, yeah, it makes you really happy to do that. You should do it today. Yeah, I love it. I'll buy your plane ticket. No, you're gonna be like, that's the craziest thing you ever said. You're gonna
Right.
hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But a lot of people that they would just rather pacify other people's feelings and not help bring them to maturity because they don't want to make them upset. But the hard thing is, like, if you never share truth, you're actually damning them
You are. Yeah.
as much as you
Yeah.
are if you only ever share truth.
Yeah. There's two extremes.
Yeah, they're both ditches on each side of
Yeah.
the road. It's like there needs to be a middle of like truth and love
Truth
and
and
how
love,
you're
yeah.
communicating to people, especially people that you care about.
Yeah.
It's just important that we manage this right like this,
Mhm.
and that's where iron sharpens iron, where you can really look someone in the eyes and be like, I don't know what you think you're doing, but this is crazy.
Yeah. Or just like, hey, you know,
why are you treating
I've
your wife
noticed,
like that?
or I've just noticed, like, you've been complaining a lot, and you know, is everything okay? Like, that's not normally how. Like, just being able to be honest with people in such a loving way. You know, it is the healthy. I'm telling you, you want to know trust and build a trust bank with people. Get in this balance of truth
Yeah,
and
it's true.
love. I'm telling you, you can. You never have to worry about what somebody is thinking. You never have to worry that if someone disagrees, they're not going to tell you, but they're not going to like bash you over the head with it. Like, it is a comfortable,
Yep.
genuinely like a safe place to know you're surrounded by people who can tell you the truth in a loving way, and that they can still be an encouragement to you. They can still be that bumper on the sides of like, hey, you're kind of starting to derail here. Like, let me help you to pull it back this way, you know, and vice versa. Like, I'm telling you, if you want to have safety and a trust bank with people, then you need to be a person who can have someone speak truth to you in a loving way. And you need to surround yourself with people that you can be truthful and honest with in a loving way.
Here is like a chief problem, though. So many people's biggest thing in life is they just want to be accepted, which
For sure.
love and acceptance are like genuine needs for
Yeah.
most people, and that's not a negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people feel the need to be accepted by everybody. How they actually live is like a chameleon, where it's like whatever situation they're in, whatever
It's in my
group of
book.
people they're in,
Yeah.
around, all those things. It's just like a problem with being a chameleon. It's like they don't change their clothes, but they change their convictions.
Yeah.
And you might know people like this, where it's like, especially, thinking back to like a high school or something like that, where, they might hang out with this group of people and they even like use different words and slang and talk about different music. And then they're on this group of people. And it's not that they actually have those interests. They just shift their convictions because
they feel a level of acceptance.
there's a level of acceptance. They don't really even like those things per se. They just kind of are always changing skins. And that's not a healthy thing for anybody to do, because what it shows is that they don't have stability inside of their heart. It's not maturity.
Right.
It's immaturity. And maybe you're that person right now where it's like you're trying to figure out where you fit in life and who you are in life and all that. I mean, I would encourage you to dig deep, not on like your interests, because you can have a ton of interests and there's nothing wrong with that. But the bigger problem with a chameleon is they change their convictions. And it's like, man, you're around church people and you act churchy. You're around older people and you act older. You're around a bunch of people that go to the bar, and that's what you're doing. It's like you don't know who you are, and you've not established deep convictions in your heart. You need to establish deep biblical convictions inside of your heart, And you can have an interest in a bunch of things. Like
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with having an interest in being able to talk about a lot of things.
Or being different.
Nothing wrong
Like,
with that.
I just think that sometimes, like, people, it just becomes, it's an
It's
insecurity.
good, Derek.
It's an insecurity that drives people that feel like I have to shift and change and do all these things differently so I'm accepted, instead of holding to your conviction, holding to who you are and your interests, and finding the people who have common ground with you. You know, I just think it's dangerous. There's a saying with that.
If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything. That one?
Yeah, but it's a person of many contradictions. When you have no convictions of something and you're constantly switching things up, you're just someone who contradicts your own life. What you have interest here,
I just said that to someone the other day,
contradicts what you're doing over here.
Yeah.
And you want to know what that actually does to people?
It destroys you.
It destroys you, but it repels them. Because when they start to pick up on it, now trust is broken, because now they're like, well, dang, you were just doing that over here with us. Like, now you're doing the exact opposite over there. Like, I don't know if I can trust you. That's kind of like fake and phony. And that's like weird.
That's true.
And it does the exact opposite of what you're trying to gain out of that by being accepted.
And people can feel a lack of authenticity.
They can tell when it's not real.
It's not hard to feel.
And it's so annoying.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is annoying. And it's just sad.
Yeah.
And like, don't let it be you. It is. And it really does. Like, I'm leery of people like that.
Yeah. No, Derek said, show people what you think they want to see, and not being the true you. It's so many people that's how
That's
that's
so
true.
many
That's
people.
a great point.
I will say and do whatever they think.
Whatever I think they want me to say or do, so I can feel accepted by them.
No, that's good.
But it's such a facade. It's still not you. That's a great point. Abby said, loyal to everything or everyone is loyal to nothing and no one.
Right.
Those are great points, guys. It's so true. And it's just unhealthy. You can't be a good friend, and those aren't real friends. And that's really what we're talking about tonight, is like how friendships shape your future.
Right.
If you're not actually you, and again, like, if you're a person where you're like, I'm trying to figure out my interests, I'm trying to figure out where I fit in, that's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
Those things can shift and change and whatever.
Yeah, your interests can change.
That's cool. But who you're loyal to, God, His Word, all of that, like, that stays standard. Absolutely. That doesn't shift. That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
In the entire situation, is like, your convictions should never change, no matter where you are, no matter when you're there, and no matter who is there. Period. Right. Like Socrates, he said this. He said, "No, in all reality, be who you appear to be." And it's so simple like that. Paul said it like this in Galatians chapter 1, verse 10. He said, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or God?" Like, I'm seeking the approval of God and God alone. He said, if I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. Look, if you're in this quandary, the chameleon just cycle right now, you got to make a decision. Like, if you're trying to please man, you cannot be a true servant of God.
It's true. They actually did studies on this. It is legit called the chameleon theory.
I'm going to find
and they've done a SOTI. Yeah, everyone's mad that you didn't do your little pop in the beginning. But they did studies on this, and they like studied people who mirrored or were like a chameleon with other people. And the effects were not positive. They were all negative. And that's exactly what it was. They felt like they couldn't trust the person. They thought it was a little strange. They felt that the person wasn't being authentic. And I'm telling you, like, and I get it, right? Because there's people out there who really struggle to find friend groups. And part of it is like, man, you just got to figure out who you are and get confident about that. If you like different things, that is okay. But you gotta be confident in that. You have to be authentic. There it is.
I did it for Adam.
Oh, I'm drinking a protein shake, guys, because not new year, new me, but I've been doing this for the last 8 months and we're getting gains. But
She's stronger than me now.
no, he's, but I think part of it too is,
Levi, that's a great point.
You have to make sure that you're confident, know who you are, be authentic, but also, for the love of God, be friendly.
Yeah, just
Can you be friendly? Can you be nice? Can you actually try? Like, I have met so many people who, are just like people who stand off in a corner somewhere, but they like will not try to talk to anybody and then get mad that they have no friends. But they refuse to try to talk to anybody. They refuse to try to put themselves out there. Like, we've got to stay away from that. Just know who you are, be okay with it, have some confidence. Don't try to become a chameleon with everything, and start being friendly and making friends.
It's so true. I think when we are really looking at it, because first we're responsible for ourselves. Like that it is our first responsibility is from here. And it's hard to have expectations of other people when we don't hold them of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to talk about like, hey, your friendship shape your future.
Yeah.
You first got to be the right person. You got to get this in order. And you need to have the same convictions in every room. You need to have the same character in private and in public. You need to have the same values, whether you're being celebrated or people are coming against you.
Yeah. You
need to be mature, anchored, and be willing to actually love somebody and bring truth into this. This is important. Like, too many people, they're just tossed back and forth. And there's a day that you need to decide that this is who I'm going to be, and I'm not going to waver for this whatsoever at all. I also think it's hilarious that people that have never commented but probably secretly watched are commenting about the soda opening. Oh man, it was a good fizz.
Funny, it was.
But here's the truth: is like your circle is shaping you. I was listening to a podcast the other day. It was incredible, and I shared it with a couple guys this morning. It's pretty crazy because if it's called entropy, if you're not growing, you're not just staying where you are, it's diminishing. If something's not moving forward, it is intrinsically decreasing. So, if you went to the gym per se and you could bench 315, well, if you could bench 315 6 months ago, but you've not worked on it, you haven't tried it, you haven't done any of those things before, it's only going to go down. It's not going to stay where it was. It's going to decrease. And I think that when we're really looking at our life, like, bro, if we're not going to be a person to help other people increase, and we're not going to have people around us to help us increase, the reality is like our circle is shaping us. And we need to be really really like intentional about who is around us.
Right.
And it's not like even saying that they're bad people. And when you start hearing topics about this, people get really intense. Like, you just want me to throw people. No. I'm saying it's like you need to draw boundaries around some people, and we'll get to that in a minute. So please don't hear me saying like you should throw people away. What I'm saying is like your time is so important. You don't ever get it back. Your life is so important. You get to live it one time. It is so important that you surround yourself with the right people.
Right.
So you end up in the right place. Because if you're not surrounding yourself with the right people, well, you're not staying where you were. It is diminishing. Again, bad company corrupts good morals. It's a decay over time.
Yeah.
It's not normally a kill shot. It's normally a suffocation of who you are and what God has for you. But the right people around you, they're going to challenge you to bring it to the next level. They're going to challenge you consistently, and you need those people. And I would say it like this too, is like, you're not probably going to have 10 people like this in your corner. the studies
Let's
I've
actually
seen,
talk
it's
about
like
that.
most people only have three really great friends
And that's
their
like-
entire life.
And that's like rich, very rich,
Oh
right?
man, we're gonna give Chris an award for staying up past 8
Yay,
p.m.
Chris!
Look at him.
And I think it's important too to touch on that. Like, someone had commented,
Comments are booming
earlier.
tonight. Keep them coming. I love this, guys.
She
You're making
mentioned
great
how
points.
seasons, different seasons of life, you have different friends, and that's absolutely true. And I want to talk about that for a second, because if you're not like aware of where you're going and where the Lord's taking you and how the Lord's leading you, and you're not paying attention, the people that you have around you who can't go to the next level, and I don't mean can't go because you have to cut them off because they're bad people. They're just not going in the same direction.
Yeah.
Right? Like, in those moments, because I've had this happen where seasons of life changed and we're going this direction and they were going that direction. Didn't mean they were bad. It didn't mean that anything was off.
Yeah, just doesn't line
It
up.
just was not lining up, but I wasn't aware of that in that time. And it caused me pain. It caused me hurt because I wasn't aware or paying attention that, that they were great friends in this season, and they're not bad, and nothing's wrong with what we did or they did.
Yeah.
But it can feel like something's wrong if you're not aware or understand that certain people are going to come in your life in certain times and other people are going to leave. And there's kind of like this cycle. And you have to just learn to be okay with that and to be aware of that, because again, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. Sometimes there are just not decent people.
Yeah, some people
that are sent to absolutely try
bueno.
to distract or destroy your life, right? But majority of people, they're not bad, and we don't throw people away.
Can I help the single guys real quick? The girl you met at the bar, if you're a Christian, I don't know why you were there anyways, but she's probably not the one you should be spending your time with. Girls,
and vice versa.
Inverse the same.
Yeah, like
meet people in the right place, please.
Right.
Please.
But I do think it's important that we address that, because I've seen so many times where there have been feelings that are hurt, or they have to feel like they have to like demonize
That's good.
those other people because seasons are changing, when in reality that's all that's really happening is seasons are changing. And yes, it is hard and it is kind of sad, but it's okay. And it doesn't make them bad, and it doesn't make you bad. And you just have to be aware of it. In the meantime, if you want those 2 or 3 lasting people, then this is where you have to remain. You have to be intentional about who you place around yourself. Guard it.
Yeah. So like there's the law of averages, right? So you are going to be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is crazy. And let's say it's even 80% accurate. I think it's worth paying attention to, right? So think about it like this. Your marriage will be the average of the 5 couples you spend the most time with. So like whatever it is, their pluses and minuses, you're going to sit right in the middle at the average. Your joy is going to sit at the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your kids and how you raise them, it's going to be average. Your financial reality is going to be at the average of who you spend the most time with. And I think it's so important when you look around the room that you're with. And again, it's not that they're bad people, but maybe it just doesn't match up with what is in your heart and who you want to be and where you want to go with life. Doesn't mean you throw them away. You just draw boundaries. They might not be the people you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you get around some people and you can just tell, like, man, when I'm around them, I think different. Mm-hmm. When I'm around these people, I talk different. And this is just the truth. You become the average of those people you spend time with. And look, as a believer, you shouldn't be averaging more time with unbelievers who are going to drag you the wrong direction. And please, asterisk real quick, you need to spend time with unbelievers. You need to spend time with the lost. You need to love them and be genuine with them. But what I'm saying is, like, if you are the one believer in the friend group and you are
Yeah.
not the influencer in the friend group
Mhm.
and you are with them all the time,
And you have
Well,
to guard it.
bad company corrupts good morals. It
Mhm.
can drag you down. So you need to have believers in your life you're spending time with. You should join a small group. You should
Mhm.
attend a class. You should be the one that initiates these
Yeah.
things. And we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get there.
Okay,
But
we're
you're
getting
the
there.
average.
Okay.
Proverbs 13:20. Ready?
Yep.
He who walks with the wise will be wise,
Mhm.
but the companion of the fools will suffer harm.
Mhm.
Guilt by association will get you every time.
No, and listen, that is a sucky thing. You know, just the fact that you're associated. You don't even have to be participating or doing it. But the fact that you're close enough for people to associate you with that is
Yeah.
bad enough. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want my name near it. I don't want what I'm doing near it. I don't want anyone to be like, wait a second. Aren't they friends? Like, they're close. Aren't they friends? Like, aren't they like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. It's okay. God gave us one life to live. And he gave us a playbook. He gave us instruction. He gave us a way in which we're to live and how we're expect others to live. And it's a safeguard. It's a safeguard for our lives, and it pleases him.
It's good.
And it man, I'm telling you, you want to guard this, and you want to be this.
Yep. Look, by who you keep close, you will either sabotage your growth or you will cause your growth.
Buddy.
Who you keeping close in your life? It is important that you're intentional for these relationships. And I think a lot of people, they stall out just because they're in the wrong rooms.
Yes.
If you're the best in the room, if you're the happiest in the room, you're the strongest in the room. If you're the best in the room, you might be in the wrong room. You're going to plateau yourself. If you're making the most money in the room, you need a new room. You need to get challenged. You need to level your life up. I saw this. I don't remember where I saw this or heard it, but there's this idea about like the younger brother, and this is not true in my life at all. So just be careful. But normally it's the second or the younger brother is the better athlete in the family, because the younger brother always ends up normally playing with the older brother and they got to try harder. Or with the older brother's friends, and they have to try harder because they're not physically developed enough yet.
Right.
And there's just this like natural chase, and it causes this effort and this growth. And they're normally a standout athlete at their own level because they've been competing at a higher level than themselves. And it's the same principle. Like if you're the best in the room, you need to get in a better room. You need to get some other people around you.
Yeah.
And that's it's not saying the other people are bad. I think people are so funny on social media. I had a post today. People are going just ape on it, ape wild. It's like, bro, you didn't even read it. You read a middle sentence and decided to act silly. But
crazy.
It's so silly. But you start saying things like this, because see, I could never throw them away.
They just want you to throw Nobody's saying that.
Not throwing people away,
yeah.
but being intentional about where your time goes.
Yes. You should
Iron doesn't sharpen itself, and it doesn't get sharper on cloth. It gets dull when you use it to cut.
It's good. Yeah, I mean, we have to just make sure that we're living this. Comfort, we want to be comfortable. That's the thing, is that every friend circle we're in, we want to be comfortable. We want to feel good. But I'm telling you, it feels good. Actually, it feels great when your whole circle is going to a new place.
Yeah, dude.
It you can celebrate each other.
Absolutely.
You feel supported. You feel that growth. I'm telling you, it stirs momentum and vision in your heart. It pushes you past comfort zones or insecurities when you have a circle of people around you who are all gunning for the same thing. And that's a higher level,
Yep.
for greater success, for greater impact, for pleasing the Lord at a higher capacity.
Yep.
I'm telling you, like, that is the type of circle you want to be a part of.
100%. And that just comes with boundaries. Like,
Mhm.
it's not, again, it's not throwing people away. It's not being mean. It's just saying, like, hey, you know, you don't have to say it out loud, but it might have
Yeah.
been you're with them 3 times a week, and now it's going to be once a week.
Mhm.
And you're going to spend those other 2 nights. Maybe you're with a group of people that have similar interests, and you're all chasing the same thing. You know, that's not a bad thing at all. And you don't need to feel guilty about that. Or
Right.
maybe it was like, hey, my Friday nights were always at the bar, and now I'm not trying to be in an environment like that. So I'm going to spend my time here. You know, you have to make a decision for yourself about where you're going to be and how you're going to grow, and the iron that you're around, or the cloth that you're around. And the boundaries are healthy and important,
Mhm.
or else you're just going to stay in the same spot. In your heart, you'll desire more, but because you've spent your time the same, you'll stay in the same place.
Mhm.
And it's damaging to yourself. That's why, you know, when Jesus called his disciples, it wasn't like, hey, follow me and I'll be back. You keep doing everything you're doing. You know, you keep living how you're living. That's fine. I'll be
Yeah.
back on Sundays. And he said, follow me and I'll
Yeah.
make you fishers of men. And they left everything. Like, there was a clear call for change. There was a fresh boundary that was laid.
Mhm.
And boundaries are so important. There's a guy named Dr. Henry Cloud. If you struggle with boundaries, this is a life-changing book. It's called Boundaries. Someone write that honestly in the chat. It's such a good book. Dr. Henry Cloud, Boundaries. It is a life-changing book for those of you that struggle with boundaries.
Mhm.
And obviously you don't want to throw people away, but it struggles. Struggle.
You reading?
Yeah. Yeah. Chris, I love that. That's it right there.
Mhm.
That's awesome, man. That's the wisdom in it right there. That's the life change right there. Getting around the right people at 38. Now in his 50s, the reality is right there. Dr. Henry Cloud, Boundaries, an incredible book.
Yeah, they're important.
Yeah.
They'll safeguard.
Okay, let's start landing this plane. You need to be the friend you're praying for.
Yes, come on. Just like, you know, we've talked about this on the marriage side of things, right? Like, for single people, right? Like, we've all heard the sermons where it's like, you're praying for your freaking what is his name?
Boaz.
Yeah, you're praying for your Boaz, but you're not even preparing yourself.
I'm not a cusser. I won't say the rest of the joke. But you're broke, dumb.
Okay.
Joke. It's bad. I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying it. I'm not a cusser. I'm a Christian.
Okay, but essentially, it's the same. It can be the same with your friendships, your relationships.
Yes.
It's like, you know, these single women or even young men, like, they're crazy out here thinking, oh, he's got to be this and this and this and this and this and this and that. They got like these laundry lists, right? Which there's nothing wrong with having like expectations of what you desire. But then you sit there and do nothing to prepare, nothing to make sure that you're right and in a good place. Like, that is not right. That is self-seeking. That is selfish. That is like bum mentality.
Dude, great point, Daniel.
Okay, so I want to encourage you that even within our friendships, like, be the friend you want. If you want people to show up for you, you want people to be encouraging to you, you want people to be supportive and uplifting, be that for them. And don't wait. Like, why do we have a hard time? Well, I can't do it because no one else is doing it. Be the person who starts it. Start it, initiate it, go out of your way, right? Like, we've got to stop waiting for someone else to move. If you want to have great friends, then be a great friend.
That's not how change happens, right?
No.
Change doesn't happen.
Sitting
You're like,
around
well, I'm
waiting.
hoping I get some good friends.
Just gonna knock on your door?
Being a good friend attracts good
Weird.
friends.
Yeah.
Being a good friend sets an example.
Right.
And that's just what so many people don't do. And it's
Mhm.
crazy. It's like, oh, you want someone who's trustworthy? Be trustworthy.
Be trustworthy.
You want someone who shows up? Show up.
Don't go and take their information that they just shared with you here thinking you're a good friend and then go over here to these friends and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, be trustworthy.
You want to be encouraged? Be encouraging.
Be encouraging.
Do you want people to just be around? Be around them. Go out of your way.
Go out of your way. If they're
Show up.
if
Be
people
thoughtful.
invite you places, show up.
And stop asking this freaking question. I'm sorry
Who
if my
else is
grandma
gonna
if my
be
grandma
there?
watched. Well, who else is coming?
Who else is gonna
Shut
come?
up.
Who
You're
else
gonna
is
be
gonna be there?
lonely.
And then you
And you're
make
gonna
it
be
weird.
miserable.
You just
All right,
disqualified
maybe
yourself.
we're getting a little aggressive, but
No,
it's crazy.
no,
It's like
literally though, people need to like this is why because this is why I'm saying this from a loving place. I promise you, because these usually are the same people who then
no
come
one's
back
there for me.
and no one's there for me and I don't feel supported, but yet they never show up to anything because one other person's there that for whatever reason they don't want to be around, which is just weird.
It's called immaturity.
It's like, just let's stop with the childish games and actually be what the Bible says to be. The fruit of the Spirit. Let's be loving. Let's be kind. Let's be generous. Like, do you want your friends to be generous with you? Then be generous with them.
Yeah, look, John 13:35, it says, and your love for one another will prove to the world that you're my disciples.
Yes.
Well, here's the reality. It's like love is a two-way street,
Yes.
and both people got to go down it. So if you're like, well, I don't really feel any love. Well, the Bible doesn't give you an out
right,
to
like,
not do your part and to not take care of your role.
wild.
Why? Like you do your role, you know?
Yeah.
The scripture is true.
Mhm.
Whatever a man sows, he'll also reap.
And that's
So if you sow being a good friend, you're going to get some good friends. That doesn't mean you might not have to work through some people who end up not being the friend you wish they were,
yeah.
or the person you wish they were for you. But what it means is over time, the right people are going to show up in your life. And when you set culture of being trustworthy and being encouraging and showing up and being confrontational when needed and having a shoulder to cry when needed and taking like just showing up and championing their life when they need it, or just hanging out on a Friday night and making plans and being there. Like when you start taking initiative on that, you build culture around it and expectations around it.
Yeah.
And it attracts something. And if you're just waiting for it to happen, I just want to encourage you. It might not ever happen.
It's probably
But
not
if
going
you're
to.
the person who's like, you know what, I want people like that in my life. I want those people in my life. And you start initiating, you start being the person that you wish you had. Like the scripture's still true, right? The golden rule.
I just said this to Julian
Matthew
earlier.
7:12. Whatever you want
Yes.
others do to you,
do unto
do
them.
also unto them.
Yeah.
So if you want someone to be a good friend, be a good friend.
But I think let's even take it back like another layer, right? Like, yes, what we sow, if you're sowing kindness, if you're sowing being a great friend, you're being encouraging, like you're going to reap what you sow. That's Bible,
true.
that's a principle. But can we take it even back? Like, yes, that's what you'll get up, but can we do it even just to please the Lord because that's what he's asked of us? Because that's his character and nature. He's loving and kind. He's gracious.
Set some culture around
When
you.
we don't always come to him, he's gracious when we, like, can we be gracious with our friends? Can we, like, honestly, can we first do it because it's what the word instructs us to do because we love God and we want to represent him well? And then out of it is the cherry on top. We get great friends.
Yes.
I mean, really.
And that doesn't mean perfect friends.
It does not mean perfect
Nobody's
friends.
going to ever be perfect. That
No.
people will fail you.
And
they will drop the ball.
yes,
They will forget.
there's going to
they
be
will
busy
mess up.
seasons.
You will get mad at them. You will fight with them. But
all
that
healthy and
doesn't mean
normal.
you throw it away.
Right. And let's be okay with like being gracious, right? Like sometimes there are busy moments. There are busy
Yes.
sprints where there's a lot going on. And you can't get butthurt
That's crazy
if they
that you
can't
even
come
said that.
over because well, they're too busy for me right now. Yeah, they have a lot going on. Why don't you be a supportive friend and see what you can do to help them, to show up for them? Hey, I know you're busy right now. when you're done, let's grab coffee. Oh, you're wild because you can say crazy things, but if I do it, you're like, oh my God. But honestly, like, we have to make sure we're also understanding and mature that in like certain moments of life, it's a little bit busy and they might not be able to be at like every phone call, right? Or can hang out, but plan something, initiate. Hey, after this is all done, let's get our families together. Let's go grab coffee. Let's go do whatever. Like, be intentional and be gracious and know what season that you're in. When people have babies, right? Like other mom, like if you have your mom, your other mom friends who have babies need friends. They need support. Show up and be there for them. Like, whatever we expect from others or desire from others, first be that.
That's true.
Be that.
Simple.
And it pleases the Lord.
Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Look, if you always choose the easiest relationships, don't be surprised if life drifts away from where you want it. You don't accidentally become wise. You don't drift into maturity.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very intentional. You become who you walk with, and it's on purpose. It's never on accident. And again, like, this isn't demanding perfection out of other people, but this is like, you shape your life by who you spend your time with.
And how, yeah.
And where you land is on purpose. It's not on accident. And a lot of it is based upon who is directly in your ear and who gets your time. And that is so important for you. And if you're not happy right now with where it's at, you have all the ability to start getting different people involved in your life.
Yeah, and again, become that person. Be the person that people want to be around. You know, like, I'm sure we've all gone places and there's always one or two people there that everyone loves because they're funny, they're kind, they're friendly, they're outgoing, they make people feel good about themselves. Like, be the person that people want to be around. If you're always like complaining and you're just negative all the time, you have nothing good to say, that naturally repels people. It's not that people don't love you or want to be around you. It's a genuine natural repellent. When you're always negative and whining and complaining and woes me and nobody can say anything right by you because you flip it into something terrible, like, naturally that is going to start to repel people. Don't be somebody who repels people. So listen, having friends is important. God created us for relationship. He created us for community. And the great part is he gives us a guide on how to be that and how to surround ourselves with what's good.
Hey, Danielle, I see that. Danielle's made some really cool points tonight. Shit is draining. Some seasons it can be, but the great thing about having the right people in your corner is like they'll also fill you up.
Yeah.
Also, if it's only ever draining and you've given long-term consistent effort, maybe it's a good moment to find different people to pour into. Or before you do that, have a mature conversation. Matthew chapter 18 says, if you have a problem with somebody,
go to them.
You go to them. And if they're not upholding kind of what it ought to be, I think before you pull out of a friendship or relationship is you go and have a real conversation with them and tell them, you know, I had some expectations and it's not working where I thought it was going to be. And they might be like, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. That's not what I want in my life at all. And just stay on that type of conversation to be important. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm about to go to bed.
You guys will notice it'll change. You'll see his eyes. They just
right about 10 o'clock. I'm like,
and then they start to just go halfway, and then
you can watch my battery actively die.
He literally starts to just like.
My battery dies actively. It's crazy.
Batteries.
You know,
dying,
it's like
guys.
those, like, remember the iPhones when they used to get cold, they'd die
Yeah.
like quick, like, so you'd have like 40% battery, you'd go
Mhm.
outside in the wintertime and like
Done.
3% battery 5 minutes later.
Just done.
Dude. It is like done. 4:15 comes early, guys. And I had a heck of a day. A good day, but it was a lot stacked back to back. Cooking up for Sunday morning service. I'm pumped. There's going to be a good one. All right.
It's going to be good.
Look, we are back next Tuesday. But check the date. Next Wednesday, we're not. No, we'll be back. It won't be
Wednesday?
too late. We're back
think
Tuesday,
we'll make
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we'll make it.
prayers 6:45 to like 8. So
yeah,
we'll be
guys,
back.
come hang out with us.
Yeah, if you're local-
Tuesdays and Wednesday nights.
Yes, Tuesdays,
And then-
Wednesday nights, 9:00.
Yep.
Unless
we'll be
there's a
here.
holiday.
Unless
and
there's
that
like something
messes us up.
crazy.
But also, if you're local,
Yes.
Wednesday night, Thursday night, we have prayer meeting 6:45 to 8. And then Friday night next week,
Doing all night.
swinging big. We're going 6 p to 6 a.
But
12
guys,
hours.
I'm telling you, I just want to encourage you. If you've never fasted before, like, do it. Try it. The goal is to get close to the Lord, to know God more and to crucify your flesh. And it is challenging for sure, but it is so rewarding. And how the Lord speaks and he moves in your life, it is absolutely powerful. You can know him at a greater level. And it is something we should all be practicing on a consistent basis, is fasting and praying. And man, what do you want your year to look like? What is the Lord
Bro,
said
we
he
want
wants your year to
life
look like?
to look like.
So seriously, join us. It's gonna be awesome.